game? I know you've been dealing with an injury, so getting your first reps.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome just to suit up and be on the bench with the team. Obviously, I've been around the team since training camp, but being in the game environment is totally different. So it was good for me to just get in the mental state of playing again, and just kind of get that under my belt. So when I come back and start playing more, I'm more confident and able to help the team the best I can.
I was going to follow up there. It sounds like there may still be a few restrictions. Are you back full tilt?
I guess we will see. That is not my call to make. So I listen to the professionals who know what I'm supposed to be doing, and I just I play when I'm supposed to play, and that's kind of what I'm supposed to do.
Ella, you talked to us after the game here at UBS that the team that kind of gets its chemistry together early on is probably going to be successful early on. Where do you think New York sits with that? What do you like about what you're able to put together in that game against Boston?
Yeah, I think we've started to come together. I think there's times that we find, days get long at the rink, and I think this group does a good job at keeping a smile on their face and doing the best we can to keep things light and fun for us. And then, again, I think such a short season, and then the quicker we can have some chemistry and get that all put together, I think we'll find ourselves in a very successful spot.
I want to also ask you a little bit about what you've been seeing from the goaltending in particular. You've been able to see two goaltenders.
Yeah.
I think every team's a little bit different at this stage. What do you like about your netminders?
Yeah, I think they're awesome. I think they're so calm, cool, collected in the net. They bring that fun presence on the ice, and when you look back and you see them super calm, it's easy to feel that same energy and take that out onto the ice as well. They've been awesome. I can't say enough good things about them.
Sure. Alex, I want to come to you for a little bit. Offensively, what do you think is the identity early on for this New York squad?
Yeah, I think we've been focused on playing a fast game. I think as each game goes on, we're getting a little more comfortable with our lines, and I think our main thing is just to get pucks behind their defense and use our speed. We're a very fast team, and I think each day of practice we're getting better at that.
You mentioned that, of course, you have an affinity to Boston. You played in another professional league there. You played overseas as well, of course, with the international team. Is there anything different in the kind of the day-to-day play, how the game plays out in the PWHL than the other levels of play that you've experienced?
Yeah, this is so structured here. I think, as hockey players, we're all kind of creatures of habit. So being able to have that consistency at the rink, knowing you're going to show up, have your breakfast, have some video, get on the ice, I think, for myself personally, it's comforting. And being able to, have that on the daily is special.
I wanted to ask all three of you if you wouldn't mind. So I'll start with you, Ella. But the rule changes for this league have been a big part of the conversation. But it sounds like Jayna Hefford was pretty clear that full face coverage was always going to be a part of that. Is that something? First, just for each of you, what is your personal thoughts on that, and then maybe broader to hockey? Are there any things that you'd like to see change when it comes to the level of protection that hockey players have, Ella?
Yeah, I think personally I like the cage. I like to keep all my teeth in the spot that they are supposed to be. I spent a little bit too much money on them to get them straight, so I think I'll try and keep them as straight as possible from here on out. But yeah, I mean, the level of protection, I think, for us women, it's hard to find sometimes some equipment that fits the right way, so it's nice to see that brands are starting to come out with a women's line so that it fits us maybe a little tailored more to our bodies. And then things can be so custom these days that anything you want, your skates to your shin pads to anything, probably could fit you to a T. I think that part, especially with our game becoming more physical, I think that protection piece is key so we don't see too many injuries.
Micah, I'd love for you to chime in as well. Your personal thoughts, and then where you see the game going overall.
Yeah, I think Ella touched on a lot of good points. I personally want to wear a face coverage always. I think same as Ella. I don't want to have to deal with face injuries, which you obviously see a lot in the NHL. I don't think any of us want to do that. So, and then I think our game is definitely, like was mentioned, is more physical. So I think the gear that we have now is also custom, and also the technology is getting better every year. So I don't think there's any need for any big change there, but I think that, again, the gear is just getting better every year, and I think everyone feels pretty confident with that.
And Alex, if you could indulge me as well, thank you.
Yeah, I think just how we all grew up playing with cages and the way girls are on the ice. Sometimes sticks do get a little high and you do get a stick to the face. I think we're not used to having that awareness like the guys do. So I think they're very cautious of that, knowing that some guys don't have a full cage on and I get my stick too high, I'm going to hit them in the face. So I think we don't have that same awareness. So I think it would be tough for people to wear visors. I think there would be a lot more high sticking penalties and a lot more injuries in that regard.
A little bit more on the difference between the game you play and the game played in the NHL.
Just the physicality.
Yeah.
That's really it. There's really not too many differences. It's hockey at the end of the day, and we're not allowed to full-on open ice hit, but at the same time, there's more similarities than differences.
So it's not as physical.
Yes.
Is there a team name?
PWHL New York is what we are this year.
To follow up on that, how do you guys feel about that? I mean, it doesn't affect your on-ice play or anything like that, but how do you feel about that? Not having a nickname.
That's grown on us, I think. I think there were talks that possibly next season that there would be some names. At the end of the day, like you said, it doesn't really affect our on-ice performance. So, we're just excited to be able to represent New York.
You guys said same question.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool. Like, I mean, if in year 2 we get team names and that's able to be announced and there's some buzz around that, I think that would be exciting. And I think too, with a new league starting up, I think it's important too to make sure that everything. Obviously, this league happened really fast, so we want to make sure that when the names do come out, that they fit each market in a good way, and the fan base can get around it, and the players are comfortable with it as well. So I think it'll come. It'll come when it comes, I guess, but it'll be exciting when it does.
Did you guys practice already today?
No. This is our day today.
Yeah. Media day.
For all three of you, obviously it's a startup league, but a month into the league, what has the fan reaction been like? What have you seen, whether it's in person, on social media? Any of you?
I think it's been great. I mean, obviously to see teams setting attendance records in their rinks and also getting out in the community. I know some teams have had like free skates with fans or autograph sessions after practice. I think that's something we wanted to do from the get-go, and that's also ultimately the reason that this league started, was to grow the game and get more people and have more people be able to play when they get older as well. So, so far I think the fan interaction has been great, and I think it'll continue to grow.
What has been, and this is a big open-ended question, but what's been, I guess we'll start with Ella, the biggest surprise? What's been like the thing that maybe stands out to you that maybe you didn't expect from this experience?
For me, I would say it is the on-ice play. I think when you look at each team, there's such like small margins between us, and it's such a good game and it's such a close game, and I think that's why the games have been so exciting. In my opinion, I think because it's so close, it keeps things interesting. You never know, you know?
Honestly, I think the coolest thing for me is just having games on TV every night. Like the fact that we go home and we watch the other teams play and we talk about it the next day, and then people from home maybe texting you, hey, did you watch the, Ottawa-Toronto game last night? What did you think? Like, that's obviously something we watch the NHL growing up every night. TV's always on, or NHL's always on TV, but for us to now have our games on TV every night, I think that's been kind of the coolest thing for me.
Yeah, I agree with Micah. I think just the exposure that this league is getting through TV deals and, just seeing how many people are talking about it. I think, with the new league, it's always hard to gain that traction, but I think right from the get-go, this league has made such an impact.
And where do we watch you on TV?
MSG,
Or YouTube.
TSN, YouTube.
MSG?
Yep.
Yeah.
YouTube. I do a live stream.
How many games do you guys have on home turf?
Oh?
I think 12.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 12.
What's the average Long Islander going to kind of expect? They're going to come down and to see a game, to watch you guys in action. What do they expect to see? What are they going to see?
I think, like Alex said, you're going to get a fast game. I think you're going to get a physical game if you've watched some of the games that have been played so far in the league. And also, I think it's just going to be fun to watch. Like, we're very connected on the ice. It's a fun group, and we love playing at a rink like this. We love representing New York, so I think it's going to be exciting, and hopefully I think too moving forward there's going to be more interaction with the fans at games and stuff like that in the arena, so it'll be exciting.
Right now, the online kind of takeoff on the name is going to be the Pizza Rats. I mean, you guys.
The Pizza Rats?
Yeah. Is that not your first choice? Maybe it was a better idea than let the fans decide.
I am a fan of pizza.
Yeah.
But maybe not the rats.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Just circling back, when you know, missing the opener, I know you went out for the ceremonial puck drop and everything, but you know, you're named captain of the team a few days before, you do the puck drop and everything, and you got to skate off and wait, 4 or 5 games before getting into it. How much were you chomping at the bit?
Yeah, a lot for sure. Obviously, I would have loved to be a part of the last, first 4 games or whatever. But at the same time, I know that with injuries, it's always trusting the process and trusting the medical team and not coming back too soon. Even though I am chomping at the bit, but listening to the people that know a bit more than me, so that long term, obviously, I'll be better for it.
And just like for Ella and Alex, like going to Toronto and taking part in the All-Star weekend, and not only representing yourselves, your team, but the entire league, and exposing the league to hopefully a bigger, broader audience. I guess your thoughts on that opportunity.
Yeah, it's going to be really special. I'm not excited to play against Ella. that's my only thing. I like it better when she's on my team. But no, it'll be really cool to be able to play with and against some of the best players in this league.
Yeah, I think it's fun to have our own event, and yeah, I said the same thing. I'm not excited to play against her for sure. That's one I definitely am not looking forward to play against, but yeah, it's just exciting to have our own event there and get some more exposure and some more support.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.